Okay. Take two. Hello and welcome to DC30 and a Mythic Odyssey of Theros. D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I am Dungeon Master Romeo, and I am joined tonight by Ali, Violet, Tamara, and a very special guest, Zach. Zach is a friend of mine and very awesome, excellent D&D player and Dungeon Master, and I'm very excited to show you, for him to show you guys what he's made of, put it that way. Viola is unfortunately ill tonight. We do apologize for that, but she shan't be joining us. And Morse is on the way. He's just slightly delayed, but he'll be along within 2 minutes or so. We're going to get things kick-started in the meantime. We're back after a small little break we took for IRL stuff, and we're excited to get the ball rolling. And true to form, just a quick little reveal of a quick change. I made a little IRL commitment I saw to the past couple days. Just to show it off for a second. It's been 16 hours in excruciating pain, so gotta show it off a little bit. But other than that, does anybody have anything they wish to speak to? Nope. Let's kick it off with tonight's episode of a Mythic Odysseys of Theros. And we're back. Welcome.
Hello, this is your Dungeon Master Romeo speaking. I do apologize, there were some technical difficulties at the start of this session, namely a powerful echo upon my voice, so I'm going to skip over that bit. Nothing much is really missed, just a quick recap of the events that have transpired so far, which you can recap by familiarizing yourself with the previous episodes, and the party awakens at their base, ready to travel to the Skull of Vale. Bithynia, their ally, comes by to say her goodbyes and tell them that she will not be joining them on this leg of the adventure.
There's still a lot that needs doing and a lot needs organizing. If we're gonna march, I'm not coming with you to the Vale. I need to be here. I need to make sure everything's happy, everything's organized, and, these nation states may have been... You really inspired them, and they're here for you, but the happier we keep them, the more agreeable we keep everybody, the more everything's efficient, flows, and is just a well-oiled machine, then the better we're going to be in what is going to be a very difficult fight. I can do more good here.
Oh no! Anyway, cool. Fine, alright, stay here. Coward. I knew you'd flake in the last hurdle.
Yeah, I probably deserve that, but I want you to know, Botch, I was a little bookworm before I met you guys, and Especially you, Botch, in part. You really motivated me to discover a different side of myself, and I'll always be grateful for that.
Before I met you, I always felt a little bit sad that I couldn't do intelligent stuff, like think for a whole sentence and remember the start of it. And after knowing you for several weeks, I realised that I should just go. I had enough. I wasn't really missing out. So, bye.
Fair enough.
Well, I'm sure you'll do amazingly here, and
Thank you.
Still see you at Akros, maybe? Hopefully. Because we can still really... You're a part of Tempest Bithynia, so I hope this is not bye forever.
Not bye forever, just see you later. Malia. I just want you to know I'm richer for having known every one of you, and I'm just really grateful. Especially you, Amalia. You taught me to think with my heart. You all did. Good luck. I hear the Vale's pretty chaotic, even more chaotic than you guys, so you're gonna need it. Amalia? Here.
Uh-huh.
And she pulls out her Vancian helm. The sort of Milesian-styled helm, the blue one, the magic item that you've seen her use many times, and she hands it to you, Amalia. This thing was always wasted on me. It belongs with you.
If you insist. And she takes the helmet and then puts it on herself, and then she's like, la 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 la.
I'm going to be in nothing but meetings and summits and shit and organizational committees for the next few days, so it's just going to collect dust. All right. You guys go out and save the world, all right? And she bids you good day as you travel to Melitys together. She takes a branch in the path, and you go to your destination. Queen Lauvu stands waiting alongside Pevia, the representative of the Skull of Vale, the satyr. You travel to their abode, basically, at Queen Lauvu's, basically the villa she is staying in whilst she is here. And Scotty approaches them first. They speak something together for a moment, and he nods. He turns to the rest of you. All right, we're ready to go. Does anybody have any other business before we abscond?
Nope. Let's crack on.
Pevia steps forward. She pulls out a stone that has these intricate carvings on it, these glyphs. They're ready for you. All right, youngsters. Get ready. You'll only have 6 seconds. And she motions to a tree that is in this garden, in the courtyard that you're standing in at this villa. And a few moments later, the tree, like the oaken trunk splits and splinters, parting, creating a approximately diamond-shaped opening of green energy. And peering through this shimmering membrane, you see beyond the faint trace of a lush green valley. Queen Lauvu shouts, "Go, go, 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 go!" And you, one after the other, barrel, boom, 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 into the space. And it's strange. Passing through this space is, you feel sort of shunted, like every single one of your molecules got realigned for a second. And you, one after the other, stumble into this space. And you immediately feel the change in the air. You feel a breeze. And you look around. And you take in this beautiful, lush, resplendent valley. Grasslands that are almost too green, broken up by lush, overgrown glades and forests here and there. You stand at the edge of one of these glades yourself. Your back's to these gorgeous evergreen trees and other maples, and it's a almost exaggerated, cartoonishly sort of idyllic valley, Vale. And you hear a voice. Had a nice trip. And you turn and you see a satyr, fairly broad in the shoulder, with a long mane of brown hair that cascades down his back. Is a sort of polished goatee that extends from his chin. He sort of scratches his shaggy hair and clutches his staff. He looks to be in his sort of mid-50s, early 60s. He has very familiar facial features. And you hear Scotty say, "Hi, Dad." We've been expecting you guys. It's finally wonderful to meet your friends, Kotinos. You, at that point, take note that there's been a small little temporary settlement that's set up at the edge of this forest. There's a few different tents that have been pitched out, like sort of teepee-type structures and hammocks and things like that. You all know, satyrs are by no means a sort of like ordered society type of creature. But so when they like bed down or like set up camp, it's very informal, even for a camp. You know, sometimes it's just cloths strewn somewhere. But yeah, there's several other individuals. A woman, a female satyr, walks up. This she has beautiful blonde hair that just goes past her buttocks, and a very kind demeanor. "Hi, Mum." "Poor thing, you're so thin. Are you eating enough?" "I'm fine, Mum." She just wipes away a bit of dirt under his eyes. "It's so wonderful to meet all of you." His father introduces himself first. "Welcome to the Skull of Vale. I am Omiros." "I am Irini." "We were told you would be expecting to speak to your liaison. They're over there." And she gestures to not far into the settlement, seemingly setting up their own, toiling away with their own living space as they're all setting it up. You see a male Hecaton Goliath, 4 arms and all. Fairly, the signature sort of clay skin, but far paler and grayer, with a small red goatee, like adorning the tip of his chin. Zach, would you like to further describe what they see?
You see a very precise individual, both sets of hands are sort of pointed like this, and one set of hands above the other, so like this. The clothing is exceptionally neat. It's like there's a permanent prestidigitation keeping his clothes clean and neat. It's ironed. The clothes are ironed. They're really that crisp. The edges down them. He's very tall. He's very skinny. For a Goliath, he looks puny. He's not got any musculature on him at all. The goatee, the hair is absolutely bright red. If you didn't know any better, you'd suspect it was dyed that red. And his eyes are very crystal blue. He is wearing the first pair of hands, the large pair of hands, are wearing what looks like gloves that are made out of bricks, minor orange bricks. Yeah, he's just very pensive. He's just very watching, he's observing everything. Oh, wow, he's just... I'm sorry, I can't see anyone.
You can't see anybody?
And he's just, you know... I can only see Ali and Tamara. That's all I can see.
Okay, no, yeah, that's fine. Sorry, okay, just sorry.
Yeah, you've...
Oh, sorry, stupid fucking virtual cam. Hold on. Better?
Not yet.
No.
Now, Cam.
There, yeah.
Now we can. Walking up, you see a 6.5 foot tall male human, completely bald like yourself. However, his beard is the antithesis of yours in the sense that it is wild, overgrown. There are lumps or there are knots and kinks in it. It's not been well maintained. There are bits of debris and detritus in there. He is not wearing any t-shirt or undergarments. He does in fact have a chimeric hide of protection on his chest with the heads of a goat, a lion, and a dragon on one shoulder. He's not carrying any large bags at all. He mainly is carrying two weapons on him. One is a gigantic great axe on his back made of stone. The other weapons he's got at his hips are two beautiful looking short swords, which appear to not be attached to him. The handles themselves don't appear to be attached to the scabbards, but appear to be covered in threads that are wrapped all the way around his forearms, and they're emitting a soft golden light. His eyes, as they look at you, are a mixture of permanent outrage, anger, and distrust, and also slight bemusement. He's never seen a Hecaton Goliath that puny before, and he is figuring out what to say.
Xanthia is a Triton. She is very tall for a Triton, but not very tall compared to the others. She's like 5'4", I believe. She has like a light blue skin normally with white markings on it, but at the moment you can't really see that because she's wearing a molten bronze armor, which kind of gives her like a bronze statuesque look. Nevertheless, you can see that she has like flowing hair, finned ears. She's carrying a massive trident, which is, I think, taller than she is. Right, Romeo? Remind me. Yeah. Basic armor, on top of that, like, yeah. And she's also wearing a very prominent big belt with like a big red gem in the middle of it, which seems to be emanating some kind of power. So, yeah. Xanthia leans over to Bacchios and she's like, I didn't think there would be anyone who looked even nerdier than Bithynia. Okay.
It's like he's a concentrated nerd. I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah,
I do have one. I've got an immediate question. I'm like, is he seriously hungry because he's so small and he's got such red hair? Is he like voraciously eating to catch up, or what's the deal here?
Maybe we can ask him that over breakfast.
Oh, I think you're right. Is it time for second breakfast already?
Yeah.
What about third?
I don't
What
know
about
about
third
you, but-
breakfast?
We'll cross that bridge when we
Good
get there.
idea.
But let's just focus on second breakfast first, because I don't know about you, but this teleportation thing always makes me
I know,
hungry.
right? It's as if half of our food is left back there. But question:
Yeah, right.
what's our approach here? Are we going to be hardball, or are we going to be like super friendly and lovey-dovey, or somewhere in between? What's the game here?
Do we need a strategy for this? I thought we were just like talking to this. to
Well,
these
normally
people here
my
and, like,
strategy,
here to
my
help.
strategy is get angry and hit things, and I feel like if I try that here, I might get into trouble.
You didn't do that when Hilaire and I met you, though.
I nearly did.
Right.
Exactly. Right, you take lead. I'll play good cop / bad cop, depending on how much sass he gives us.
All right.
You got this, Biff. You got this. You got this.
Okay, Xanthia makes her way over.
And I'll swagger up behind her, arms folded, looking like the bouncer.
Hi. I think you might be the contact of Queen Lavu. We're Tempest.
Oh, greetings. It is very pleasant to meet you. I hope you've had a most felicitous journey.
I lean down to lean down to Xanthia and say, "What does felicitous mean?"
I think good. I don't know.
Me neither. This guy's trouble. I can feed it.
My name is Grand Architect Lesros, Chief Advisor on buildings and the city infrastructure to Queen Lavu.
Grand Architect.
Pleasure to meet you. I am Xanthia. Yeah. This is...
I'm Acronian too, but we don't talk about that. Question: is Grand Architect part of your name?
No, it's a title.
Oh, okay. Can I call you Gal for short? Grand Architect Lesros.
No.
Oh.
You can be your gal pal.
I look down at Xanthia, and even I'm like, oh.
Just Lesros,
Sorry.
please.
Yes.
All right.
Let's
All right.
rest. Okay.
Les Ross. Okay. Les
Ross.
Ross. Les Ross.
That'll
Okay.
do. By the way, your axe is most delightfully interesting.
Ooh. Do you like it?
Yes, I just said though.
Do you want to see what it can do? Hit, try punch.
Currently, no.
Oh, well, if you do, right, just try giving me a quick punch when I'm not expecting it and see what happens. It's really fun.
Maybe my physicality does not engender to you that I might not be one to throw blows at someone in combat.
Oh, we've got another one of them.
I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry.
So you're a
mage.
mage, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yes, I do happen to dabble in the mystic arts.
So, question. You've got 4 arms. Why not use any of those for throwing punches and shade instead of throwing spells?
Well, perhaps because I find throwing spells to be a much more advantageous method of getting what I want.
Oh, and what do you want?
That depends on the situation. Currently, I'm here at the request of my queen to do some investigation, but generally, I want to make the world beautiful.
Aw, that's a very noble goal.
Oh, yeah, lovely. Sounds great. Cool. Yeah. What?
Manners.
What, did I not put my pinky out when I burped or something?
Anyway, I believe you have some information for us because, yeah, we are here to also investigate.
Oh, I don't know. I only arrived here yesterday myself, and so far I've been establishing my feet. I'm finding some some lines of inquiry. I believe in preparation and in planning and the methodology of measure twice, cut once. So I'm always very precise in my actions of what I intend to do.
I see.
And so therefore I have come here, I have set up my stall, I've spoken to the relevant parties and gained permission to continue my investigation. And that is what I had to do. And then I was informed that I'd be waiting for your good selves to attend with me this investigation. Why not? Let us. Oh well, my plan is to start asking questions of the relevant parties, of course. I have a list here, and he finds a scroll, and he pulls it out of 20 or 30 names, which he has gleaned from his in preliminary investigations. He goes, and I have gleaned these 30 names are witnesses or have relevant information that we should partake of before discussing, I believe that we need to be thorough in our investigation. We need to leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, I got that joke.
No, absolutely not. No time is wasted. All time is precious. Except in the construction of great beauty. And then time must be taken. Or the destruction of very ugly things, in which case, very quickly.
No, that's the first thing you said that I agree with.
At this point, I go, DM, help. I don't know where I'm going.
Who is this DM you speak of?
I speak to the great constructing gods of the sky.
But anywho, let's just pick up right where we left off. So, party has arrived in the Skull of Vale, has met Lesros, the Hekaton Goliath, who is Queen Lavu's liaison, and have had a brief discussion. Lesros, to recap, what he has been able to tell the party is he's detected traces of dark magic near the area. Evocation and necromancy specifically. He has yet to venture in, was waiting for orders from his queen. There was a division of 12 workers from Bothratis who were meant to be performing the logging, and they had a chosen of Nelia with them, who basically served as like guardians. Chosen of Nelia are a specific type of satyr who are very powerful druids. And that's where we come to now.
So yes, I have discovered a large amount of necrotic and evocation magic in the area, and I was just waiting for my queen to give me further orders, which of course your presence here has enlightened me too.
So at this moment, I would like to use my magic awareness to see whether or not there's anything within 60 feet that matches the description that Lesros has described.
You feel a pulse go out. Nothing immediate.
Okay. I would like to insight, but not feeling anything. I'd like to, insight check Lesros to see whether or not I think he's genuinely telling the truth, or if I think he's telling porcupines.
Make an insight check.
Yes. That's a natural 20. For a total of 23.
Lesros, roll deception or persuasion. You don't have to say which, and let us know the result.
He rolled. Oh no, I haven't. Sorry. Let me just double check that. 22.
Ooh.
What did you roll, Ali, again? Sorry, remind me.
23.
Oh, okay. Pound for pound, that wins. So, Lesros, what does Bacchios glean?
He gleans that Lesros doesn't generally lie. If he thinks you're an idiot, he'll tell you you're an idiot. So,
Mood.
Yeah, he hasn't lied.
Fair enough. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alrighty, I keep that to myself.
Interjecting. Just following a conversation that we had with our queen before we arrived here. Does the name Praxetes mean anything to you?
Lesros, make a history check.
My second natural 20 of the night for a 31.
Good lord.
This is the luck that we want for our guests. This is it. Stand aside, Will Wheaton.
This is why Will Wheaton is a thing. Is so that people like Zach can live in greatness.
Absolutely.
100%.
When I'm a player, my dice is really lucky. When I'm a DM, never works.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I feel that's so hard.
See, for me, it's consistently awful.
Hey, I keep rolling zeros.
Only on dexterity
so...
checks, which is like my favorite thing as a DM. I'm sorry.
You're level 14 and you're rolling zeros. How is this a thing?
Because
I still have a -1 in dex because I think it's funny.
I completely
you're right
concur.
about that.
Oh my god. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Listen, I don't play optimized characters. I play fun characters.
Okay. This is serendipitous, actually, because at the mention of Praxetes, both Omiros, Skotinos' father, and Erini, his mother, chime in a little bit as well. Lesros, you have heard of Praxetes. Very briefly, and only because you are you. You are the kind of person who just consumes knowledge, the way Bacchios consumes pork. There are many names in the annals of the Nelia's Chosen, the powerful druids that protect the Skull of Vale. Praxetes was a name that you recall. It was very powerful and defended the Vale from excursions and threats on more than one occasion. On many an occasion that was feared too great for any one chosen of Nelia to face. But he triumphed. He dealt with all sorts of threats. That's as much as you know, Lazarus. I'll say, even with a 31.
I have read a number of treatises on Nelia's Chosen, and yes, I have come across the name of the great hero Praxiteles in at least 14 treatises and historical records.
Scottinas, his father Omiros, chimes in. He was a mighty druid.
I'm hearing the was.
He faced one too many threats from the civilized world, and he grew to resent it. He stopped pulling his punches as often. Got colder. He's always a bit of a zealot, but I think the sentence is completed by Scotty's mother, Irini. He cared very deeply at the bottom of his heart of the Vale. He wanted to preserve the Vale, preserve what it was and what it stood for, what it stands for. That zeal wound up being his undoing. He went too far too many times.
The reason I bring him up is there's suggestion that this Praxiteles, despite his age, may have been involved with what is occurring here, if not having a hand in a larger issue with the ongoing conflict with the the trouble overseas, let's say.
Scotty,
I'm
you're...
leaning by your... Sorry.
Oh, no, sorry, go ahead, Zach.
I'm gleaning by your use of the word was that he has been deceased. But you talk of him also in the present tense as being part of this troubles. May I ascertain from your conversation that you believe him to be an undead of some description, perhaps a lich?
I don't know myself that far. However, it's a interesting query you ask, as if he is not of that ilk, he has allied with those that would fall within that purview. The reason that leads me to, there is a you might be familiar with those that can manipulate the wood of the grove for constructive purposes. I saw evidence of that on one of the flagships of this invading force.
An interesting dilemma, and I would ascertain exactly the same things. My intellect tells me that we are going into battle undead.
Certainly, at the end of all of this, perhaps, one would hope that we don't have anything quite as
Whoop. Never mind. I thought that word an ambient track of the Skull of Vale. Ignore me.
I hear strange singing
I
from
know,
somewhere.
I recognise that. So, I know that you said that there was a necrotic energy that kind of enveloped to some degree these woods. I don't suppose there's been any focal point of focus where this is at its strongest, or is it just seems to be throughout the entire grove?
DM?
It gets stronger further inwards.
It seems to radiate stronger from the center of the grove where the construction and logging was taking place.
Nope, that's too much. Sorry about this.
Well, at least it's good to hear that the life of the forest is still here, despite so.
It is a most interesting oral endeavor would be here. I shall use this for one of my next buildings.
Title of the episode: The DM shows his whole ass repeatedly.
This is not an OnlyFans stream. I would refrain from that.
I have most of.
There we go.
I guess all I really had to ask before we travelled further. Unless anyone else had any other questions.
It is your parent. So your parents chime in again. Your father specifically. You saw Grove Song at the Battle of the Undead, at the Battle of Blackened Bay.
I look over to him and nod and say, "The main reason I came back here the first time."
I remember you saying.
It would have been helpful if people had not listened to me that first time, but
I'm
fine.
sorry, Skotinos. I am still very angry at that. I hope you know that.
Anyway, if there is this issue at the heart of the woods, we best investigate further.
Well, I would aid, but my duty is to protect this encampment. There are multiple Sibyls here. So yeah, Scotty as well. You do notice like this little makeshift temporary settlement that's been established. You do see multiple Sata elders you recognize as well as other people. Like a small little home away from home has been made here. And sorry, 1 second. Carissa, the leader of the Sibyls, is also visible. You recognize her, Scotty. And your father chimes in. I cannot leave my charge. And if it wasn't evident to the others at this point, Skotinos' father is a Anelia's chosen and a powerful druid. It was he, in fact, who created the transportation via plants that not only brought Scotty to you upon the island of Skathos, but also brought you all to the Vale. Whatever you need, we'll support in any way we can. We're here for you.
All right. Cheers. Lesros, you have enough knowledge of this place that we would need a guide if anything was to crop up. Not that these tend to be dangerous. Well, they can be, but would your duties permit you to assist us?
It would be my great honor, and under my queen's instructions, I am beholden to investigate and solve the issue of the Lonely Vale, the area of the Lonely Grove, because I'm in the construction of a very new edifice to help with the up and coming infractions that may entail. So yes, I am very excited to help you. I don't get out much, so seeing the world and maybe getting into a little bit of a scrape on occasion is a little bit of fun.
Scotty grins a little bit, kind of seeing Sata on Sata kind of lust for the chaos. Okay, well, hopefully not too many scrapes. What would be your forte, if not the books, and in such a a scrape, where would you sit yourself best?
And he says, "Well, let me just say, my title of Grand Architect means that I am very capable at the, shall we say, the molding of the earth and stone and using that to, shall we say, have fun when needs must."
Fun we shall have, I guess.
Well, a little bit of fun is always good. And he sort of twiddles his fingers in a mischievous way.
Very well. So, Tempest and your new ally. What are you doing?
How long a travel is it going to be to get to the center of this grove?
You can ask your father this. A day and a half to the logging camp. On foot, at least.
All right.
He puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm only sorry we don't have you for longer.
The party probably notice him tense a little, freeze a little bit to the touch, but we'll kind of turn up and look up and smile. Go, it's all right. I'll try and come back more. Right, Royce, we should let's.
It is at this point as well that you would all notice many of the other satyrs in this little settlement, just various nobodies who are busy toiling away, just sort of eyeing Squatinos up and down with scowls.
Ah, great, cool. Welcome, Overrun. Let's go.
Your father notices at this point, and he straight up turns to where the more he literally sprouts fangs, says, "Say something, I dare you!"
All right, let's go.
I'm sorry, son. I'm tired of this, and I'm tired of. I feel as if every time I let it slide, I'm condoning it implicitly. His sort of more like bestial features retract at this point. Sorry.
And I sidle up to Lesros. I sidle up to Lesros and go, if you could just lead the way, that'd be great.
Very well. I have a map here, and he pulls out a map that he has discovered of the main path to the logging camp. Let us continue. And he sort of looks around, for a second, and he goes, Gwynnis? And you see a little gargoyle appear from sort of around the corner, stuffing its face with some kind of pastry. And it sort of, come on. And sort of leaps on his shoulder. Off we go.
All right. Okay.
Yes, Gwynnis. Shush.
All right. So, one after the other, you march single file. Or as in, can I get a marching order?
Scotty's eager to go and get out the way of his parents as quickly as possible, so he's probably going to be fairly shortly behind Lesros.
I'm staying in the middle just so my aura covers most people.
I'll be at the back, keeping an eye on everyone, especially Lesros.
Copy. Are you looking for anything in particular, Botch?
First sign of duplicity, so I can smash his face in.
Someone's been watching Critical Role. Okay.
Listen, we've had far too many guest characters turn out to be evil, and I'm thinking of just one of main one, Erica. So yeah, we definitely need to keep an eye.
Okay. Xanthia, what are you doing?
I'm in the middle. I'm just trying to keep everyone safe. Trying to keep the conversation light and the mood as untense as can be in this situation.
Very well. If nobody wishes to do anything during this time.
I was probably going to try and chat to Amalia, but I'll wait and see if we get her later.
Okay. She said she was getting an extension plug, but that was at 8:15, and it's now 8:38. So we shall see.
She is a cat person, right?
Yeah.
They do things when they want to do them.
Lazarus, do you wish to do anything during this time whilst you are walking?
No. Well, as he's walking, he's looking around and looking at the trees and the ground, and he's observing everything, and as he looks around, he sort of goes, "That would make a very interesting villa over there." He's sort of talking to himself, and that area over there would be a very spectacular arena for gladiator fights. The views up into the trees and the mountains. And, yeah, he's just mumbling to himself about, the world around him, and occasionally talking to his gargoyle on his shoulder, and not really sort of just ignoring everyone else, to be honest.
Scortinus is not. Scortinus is like every time you describe something, move on, and I'm kind of like going, where? What? Like, and completely incapable of visualizing what Lesros has in his mind, just kind of going, what? Okay.
Do you not see the rock formation there, and how it would form into a beautiful structure?
Yeah, definitely.
Scottinas, make a deception check.
Can you give it a go? There we go. That was a 2 for a +6 for a total of 8.
What's your passive insight, Lazarus?
My passive insight is 17.
Okay, yeah, so he's lying through his teeth.
But Lesros doesn't care. What I was going to say is that actually Lesros just doesn't care. He's not actually talking
Fair.
to Scathos. He's kind of talking to himself. And if anyone listens, that's fantastic. Scotinos. Yeah. He's just kind of going, blah.
Very well. In that case, I will ask our guest to please roll a d20 for me.
Ooh. Is this like a really big thing that I need to be aware of? So shall I use
No,
the
don't worry
special
about it.
D20?
Well,
I mean,
Don't worry about it.
You're not Tamara, so you should be fine.
If you roll badly, yeah.
Just don't roll Tarask and we'll be fine.
Just don't roll the rock.
I rolled a 15.
15.
So I rolled a 15.
Very good.
All characters level 15 and below die instantly.
Damn, you've guessed my plan.
That was a short guest appearance, right?
No, because that's when we realised he was actually level 16 and this is his plan all along.
It's Lesros all along.
Most of the day goes by uneventfully. You travel into the forest, and you do occasionally, actually, like, this is not the remote wilderness. Every once in a while, actually, I take it back. Let me rephrase that. Skotinos, You typically, anywhere in the Vale, like, if you walk long enough, you'll eventually pass by some amount of satyrs doing their thing, whether it be feasting, dancing, playing, creating. The magic of the Vale sustains the satyrs. They need not and they want not. So they just do whatever it pleases them. They go wherever it pleases them. Not here. It's been uncharacteristically quiet. Until the mid-afternoon. Lesros, I believe you have the highest passive What's your passive perception? Is it 17 as well?
Perception, no, 12.
Okay.
15 for passive perception from my end.
Passive perception, 16 for Botch.
15.
Botch is the highest. Botch, you would hear it first. A very faint, very, very faint in the distance. Make a nature check.
Nature? Oh god, that's a straight roll. 18.
It sounds bovine in nature, and it sounds distressed.
Where is it coming from? I'm sort of facing the group, walking in a straight line. What direction is it coming from?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So, guys, there's something.
No, sorry, I'm an
cowish.
idiot. Sorry, I don't know my up from down. 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. I say,
Yeah.
guys, right, here's a deal. There's something really, like, cowish over there, sort of pointing towards the top left. It's mooing, it's bleating. It could be dinner, or it could be, something that's been hurt by something that we'll then have to kill, and then we eat the cow for dinner.
What cows bleat?
Bovine. Well, all I know is it sounds vaguely bovine. Let's go check it out. Let's go a little bit to the left and we'll get there.
Is it dangerous?
It could be. It could be It could be something that's been hurt by something that's way more dangerous than the cow.
Any Lesros, any particular like common creatures that you come across in these groves that would fit that?
Well, I have to say, your assumption that I've been in these groves for a long time is quite a presumptuous assumption. I have only been here for less than 36 hours in the groves. I am a city dweller at heart, even though I do like the countryside for inspiration. But perhaps we should go ahead. I suggest that the stealthiest amongst us may make a little advance ahead and spy upon this creature before we ascertain what we should be doing.
So
I look down at the small satyr and say, "I think you're up, Scotty."
I hate this so much. Fine. Okay, great. It's going to be great. It's just the Vale. What could possibly go wrong in the Vale?
Hilera chimes in and asks if,
This does seem to be our role in this, doesn't it? All right, Hilera, let's go.
Okay. Oh, sorry, you beat me to it. I'll let you do it.
And yeah, we will head.
I say, Gwynnis, fly with them and let us know what's happening and make sure they don't get into any trouble. And if they do, shout and we'll come running. Yes.
And just lands on your shoulder, and your shoulder depresses for a second, Scotty. This thing is made of stone, which is a marvel because you've never seen a familiar that is like an actual tiny gargoyle.
I do kind of take a moment, and I think it's only about this time that I realise that it is actually made of stone. And kind of take a bit. Oh, all right, okay. And this, we will quietly clip clop forward.
Make a stealth check for Hilera and Scotty.
9.
22.
Okay.
Hilara's stealth skipping again, but she's
Yep.
not very good at it.
The bovine sounds get louder and louder. To the point where, Scotty, you genuinely question whether you should bother to be sneaky. You still do, but these howling sounds just don't stop. And you travel about 300 feet in total until you eventually come to a small patch where it's not so much a clearing, but there is a slight gap in the trees. And you see a large white bull hopping and yelping and hollering, and as it runs around in a circle.
Can I tell if it's got an injury or a wound?
Make a
anything on its
perception
hind?
check.
$15.
You see something small, no bigger than a coin, zip through the air behind the bull. And as you get closer, there is some kind of insect that is flying behind the bull, and you surmise stinging it, or something to that effect.
I would like
And it just...
to attempt.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd like to attempt, and I'm gonna. What's our distance at this point?
You're about 100 feet from it. 120,
Okay.
I'll say.
I am going to attempt to subtle cast something. I'm going to spend a sorcery point to subtle cast, and I'm aiming at this small bug.
Okay.
And it's going to be. I think the best one for this was going to be Blood Boil. Which is
You go to try, but against the camouflage of the foliage, like, this thing is moving too fast. You spend a good 30 seconds trying to get a lock, and you can't. It's too small and quick to get a beat on. At least with, like, something like what you're trying to use at the moment.
Okay. Do you want me to mark off the sorcery point?
I'll say no. Oh, yes, the subtle if you can't get the spell off, well, no, keep the sorcery point because you could never be able to get the spell off because you couldn't fulfill
sure.
I guess.
No, that's fine. Just want to double check. Happy either way. Okay, cool. God. Any ideas, Hilira? It's a bee or something.
I could run up to it and try to just like smack it, pretty fast.
I kind of want the bull to get. Do I get the impression that if I trying to cast, I'm not going to be able to get purchase for a targeted spell on that bug? Just anything that would be target single creature kind of vibe.
Yeah, at least in terms. Yeah, you do get that impression.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. No problem. Only other thing I can think of is to try and I can get some kind of area effect, but that would catch the bull as well.
Or I could try speaking to it and see if it understands.
I'll clarify. Sorry, Scotty. You have tried multiple spells and you can't get a beat on them magically. You are uncertain about anything physical.
I thought we'd lost him.
Use a robot.
Yeah, same.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, while we're waiting for him to get back. Okay, so it looks like targeting individually won't work.
Am I not available?
Nope. Most magically. Have we got a net? I think that's all it is. We just need a good old-fashioned bug net.
Any problems now? Am I audible?
You're audible now, yes.
Okay, don't know what happened there. Disconnected from OBS too, that was weird. Sorry, continue, Scotty?
That's fine. We were just trying to see whether or not we have like any nets or something in our inventory. Although, actually, it's not been a new day yet. But what spell have I got with the Mobius scroll today?
I got a rope, and I think that's pretty much it.
Well, I don't think fireball is going to be helpful in this. I mean, it will solve it, but explosively.
I mean, Bacchus could already have his dinner ready, fully cooked.
I would approve.
Okay. I'm gonna say we can head back and tell the others what's happening, and just maybe the bug will tire. So yeah, I'm gonna make my way back to the group.
Okay.
Both of you?
I'll head back.
Okay.
Here.
Yeah. Hilera follows.
Go for it. And you return to the group.
Okay. Has anyone got a net?
I don't have one to hand, but I can make one very quickly.
I could help. There's a bug attacking a bull. That's basically it. So maybe kind of
What-
catching the
What colour is the bull?
white.
Oh. In my estimation, white bulls are generally sacred,
This is
or
possible.
have some properties. Perhaps we could rescue the bull and gain some favour with a god.
True. If we do it wrong, we'll gain some new puncture wounds through the chest, I suppose. But either way, it's worth giving it a go.
Well, I have a small but cunning plan.
You were right. This is a BBEG. You were right, Ali.
No, it's Baldric.
No. Ginless is the one that comes up with the indefatigable plans of ineptitude. I am the one that comes up with the interesting plans of success.
Let's hear it.
Well, perhaps we could. I have a small spell that could contain the bull in an area that protects it from the said bug, whilst we destroy said bug or capture said bug.
That sounds like it should work.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of force is it? Like how strong is this barrier that's going to be held in? Will it? Because bulls tend to be quite strong. Is it a physical barrier? Is it a barrier of the mind?
I could either use a wall of force or a wall of stone. It really doesn't matter that which.
Well,
I think that would suffice in containing a bull. I mean, it might not contain in sufficing young Bacchios here with his lovely big muscles and stone axe, but it might, to contain a raging enraged bull.
All right, let's give it a go. If you got the net, I'll take the net either way.
Well, as you're walking along towards the thing, he uses his ability to transmute anything. So he takes a bit of branches, and as they're walking along, he kind of just bundles stuff together and makes a net out of some branches and tree twigs.
Very good.
And hands it to you.
Nice. And I immediately hand it to Hilira. All right, you're the fast one.
Okay.
So we get back to the clearing with the bull.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think we're all good.
DM.
Yeah, go for it.
So what I would like to cast is Wall of Force in a dome and wait until the bug is away from it. So when I cast it, the bull is contained in, but the bug is outside.
Okay. I'm going to say... make an intelligence check to basically time it perfectly. Straight intelligence.
Oh, okay. Let's roll on D&D Beyond. Let's see if D&D Beyond does me good today. Oh, I think that might work. 19 plus 6, 25.
Yeah. Almost lazily. Like, you literally, like... you slip in between heartbeats, almost. Like, you have spent so much time laser focusing on so many different things that laser focusing is like breathing to you. So, just slipping into the nanoseconds, you just spot the ideal moment, and then, and the bull is, and you just watch it immediately, and it just kind of like slumps and relaxes against the edge of the dome, and the bug's still like, it is just like slamming itself at the dome continuously.
Your turn.
Okay, you want me to catch it in the net now?
Yes.
That would be
Okay.
a good plan.
Okay, Hilera takes off running and tries to.
I lean by
Somehow.
a tree and watch, because this is going to go one of two ways, and both ways will be amusing.
I join Scotty. Just leaning on the tree.
Yeah, and she just tries to somehow wrap this net around the bug.
I lean in and whisper to Botch, "My money's on the bug."
I'm going to need an athletics check from Hilira.
Athletics, okay. Oh, I keep rolling so bad today. I'm so sorry. 14.
Actually, sorry, sleight of hand, not, like, what would sleight of hand be in that instance?
13.
And the bug escapes the net, unfortunately.
Damn.
It's not leaving the dome, it's still
Hold
trying to
on.
get at the dome.
Can she maybe just like observe that for a moment and just like try to find the right moment to just like squish it against the dome?
Make another
Like-
sleight of hand check.
Okay. This one goes to dice jail. That's a 9. No, a 10, sorry.
She's flailing. Just no luck. Does anyone
Some help,
else?
please!
Anybody else? Does anyone wish to help her?
I walk forward and cast Digby's hand and try and
His hand.
sorry.
Make a
In-
sleight
in
of hand
Westeros'
check.
Language, it would be Bigby's hand.
Oh, yes. Lazarus, are you proficient in, sleight of hand?
No, Westeros is not.
Okay,
It's like
I'm gonna
a-
say
he's not
make
trying to-
a
He's just trying to squish it.
Okay, yeah, so, I'm gonna say, make a... So, the specific challenge for this is a sleight of hand check to squish it. I'm gonna say use your intelligence modifier instead of your dexterity modifier, though, because you're using Pigby's hand.
Okay. Okay, so I'll roll that.
Yeah.
Let's roll that dice. It's been good. That'll do. That's a 14 on the dice. With a +6, that's a that becomes a dirty 20.
The DC was 20. Sorry. The DC was 15. I misspoke. So yeah. So Hilira well, he turns around and ducks, and just this entire hand goes on the dome, and wait, is Wall of Force not concentration?
I'm not. If hang on a second. No, I'm trying to remember which one is which one is I cast, one I don't cast. Wall of Force is concentration, yes. So I dropped the Wall of Force as I squished the.
Okay. You just catch this entire hand closes and slams on the ground. And then a moment later, the hand is basically knocked up for a moment as a giant griffin emerges from that spot. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh dear.
Sorry, what?
Excuse me.
Oh.
What have we done? Okay.
Let me get my own dice real quick. I do apologize. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Okay, 25 to 20.
24 for Hilera.
21 for Botch.
Uh, 20 to 15. 15.
16 for Xanthia.
Okay, 16 for Xanthia. 15 to 10.
Just realised I need to do Amalia, actually. Sorry. Let's throw that one in.
You know what, for simplicity's sake, I like to leave Amalia out of this for the moment.
Yeah, cool, fine.
15 to 10? 10 to 5?
7!
7!
Nice. What's your
What
dex
is it
modifier,
with the brain
Elizabeth?
cells not rolling well?
+1.
+4 for Scotty.
Scotty goes first. Top of the initiative order, Hilira.
Of course.
How far away is that griffin from the group?
Like 30 feet. Like tops. Unless you guys, unless everybody else came close. So he's about 10 feet from Hilira.
That's pretty close. 10 feet. Do I have anything? 10 feet. Let's just throw a sacred flame on him, I guess.
Okay, dex save.
Yes.
That is 11.
Yeah, that fails. Okay, I'm just gonna roll over on Xanthia's sheet. I'm lazy today. 25 points of damage.
Damn.
That was pretty good. That was her action. Do we need a bonus action? Not really. Yeah, I
Okay.
think
Botch, it's
that's
your turn.
Hilira's turn.
So,
Cool.
Hilira, Incende! And just this column of divine light just slams down on the Griffon. And it rises hurt. Botch, your turn.
Rises. What size creature is a griffin?
Large.
Oh, good. So, how far away would the griffin be from myself and Scotty?
I'll say about 30 feet, unless you came close during this whole kerfuffle.
No, I just stood there. 30 feet. That's excellent. Okay, cool. So, just seeing the griffin, one very bushy eyebrow just raises halfway up Botch's massive forehead. And as he draws one of Nimiras, he twiddles us a bit and then throws it straight at the griffin's chest.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's nice. That's one of them plus one of them. That's an 8 for a dirty 20.
Hits.
Oh, yeah. So as that happens, I would like to please use my bonus action to pull myself in, Scorpion style.
You watch Lesros as Bacchios draws these ornate, beautiful blades that look like they're made of an alloy of gold and brass, and the imagery of the threads around the handles and the sort of shape of the blades that's vaguely reminiscent of spools of thread, all evokes the imagery of the goddess Clothis, goddess of destiny. And he launches the first blade, which lands into this creature, and he tugs on the thread and pulls himself the distance.
That's going to be 17 points of piercing damage. Sorry, no, I tell a lie. That is, good lord, 11 points of piercing damage and 6 points of force damage.
Perfect. Second attack.
Second attack. I'm now hanging on to this griffin with one that I just bring the other one and go in for a second stab. Oh, that's a natural 19 for a 31 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, that's much better, actually. That's going to be, in total, another 16 points of damage.
Very good. You drive the blade into its neck and it's barely alive and it's hobbling.
Nice.
It is. Oh, do you have? Oh no, you use the bonus action to.
No,
it's gonna try
use my
fly
bonus action
away,
to pull
and just tries to fly away.
I'm currently holding on to. I weigh a good 180 pounds.
Rules as written, you're not technically grappling it, so it just basically tries to dislodge itself and fly away.
Oh, dislodge itself from the things. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can take an attack of opportunity if you want.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So as it flies up, as it dislodges itself off of my blades, I just look at it with curious face and just go for another attack ranged above me. That's a natural 20.
Okay, you won't need it, but roll for damage.
I want to roll to see what happens because that's 2 brutal
for it.
criticals. That's 4d6, double 2 of those d6s. God, I know I've got another one here. There we go. Right, so the okay, that's nasty. That's going to be that plus that. That's 16 plus 7, 16 plus 22 plus. That's 29 plus 7, so that's 36 points of damage.
Jesus. So it had 1 hit point left. It goes to dislodge itself, but you basically so the blade is in its shoulder clavicle here.
Mm-hmm.
As it goes to dislodge itself and fly away, you, anticipating what happens, just twist the blade slightly, angling, and instead of dislodging itself, it end of Pacific Rim style, jumps up and the blade goes clavicle to tail's end, and you cut it in half.
Mm-hmm. And then doing a sweeping motion with my swords to get the blood off, and then sheathing them. I turn around and just give Lesros a look and just go. Before I just sit down on the carcass and just
And as you do that to Lesros, Lesros looks behind him. and the Bigby's hand is still up.
Oh.
Bigby's hand is still up, so comes back and tries to give you a fist bump.
Does it come up to me, like, right next to my face?
No, it comes next to you slowly.
How big is Bigby's hand in this context?
Bigby's hand's about... Well, usually it's about... What is it?
5
About
square feet?
5 feet?
Yeah,
5
5 square feet.
That's a pretty
it's-
big
it's-
hand.
It's a Thanos gauntlet.
Oh,
And then
Thanos
some.
gauntlet. Okay. Can I insight check the hand to see what I think it's going to do?
Make an insight check.
Nice. That's a 7. I have no idea what it's going to do.
No, the DC is 5 because he's like, it's still a fist bump. He's gently approaching you, so.
Okay.
Like, if it's basically you think, if it's a punch, it's a pretty shit punch, and he doesn't look like the kind of person who would do that kind of a punch with magic, so you assume it's a fist bump.
I go. I put my hand on my backhand on the side of it, and I just move it out of the way.
While that's going on, I'll remove the blood that was splashed from Aeneas off my face and clothing, and I will actually move over to the bull, and I ready and utilize a charge of Farrakhan's balm for 1 poison cure, and I don't know if it's injured, but it'll also
So you go to the bull.
Yes.
Okay, you go to, do you drop the Wall of Force? Oh, there's a Wall of Force is dropped. You go to apply Fatika's Balm, but before you do, you, like, touch your hand and you, like, pull it back for a second as, like, literally the flesh has turned to, like, crackling, like flaking ash and is, like, just comes away from your hand. And you touch another section, it's also starting to flake off. And almost like Thanos Snap style, whilst we're on the theme, the flesh begins to flake and crackle as this bull disintegrates before your eyes. And as the last vestiges of the dust fly away, you see a human, in his early 30s, dressed in practical, like, leather brown garb, panting heavily, drenched in sweat. He looks haggard.
Hi.
Are you alright?
I am now, thank you.
What the... I mean, the first question I have is, how did he have 2 simultaneous polymorphs going on at once? That's something you can explain to me later. But secondly, what is this?
Yeah. Who are you?
My name is Abydos. I was a hunter once. And then I wound up here.
And between A and B?
Found myself magically transformed, and that infernal fly wouldn't stop chasing me. I don't even know how long I've been like this.
May I make an insight check?
Make an insight check.
Also, just for good measure, can I pop a divine sense just to see
21.
what's going on?
You don't sense anything that divine sense would pick up. Except maybe faint
good.
remnants of divine magic coming off of the dust.
Okay.
My insight 21.
He is holding something back for sure.
Obdios, in my estimation, this looks like a classic divine curse from the gods. What infringement did you partake upon the gods to make them curse you like this? And please don't lie. My friends and I are experts at discerning the truth.
I hunted in these woods and did not exactly have permission, because no one does.
And who cursed you?
The goddess Nelia.
Ah. So may I ask you a second question? Obdius, have you learnt your lesson?
Pretty sure I've been out here for like 8 weeks, so I'm going to say yes.
Good. Does anyone else have anything they wish to say?
No, I'm trying to ascertain whether or not, by currently being entwined with one of the daughters of Nelia, whether or not I'm obligated to do something here. So I'm just going to say, run.
Fine.
I agree. Run.
Lesson learned. And I am sorry, Mistress of the Hunt. I will never do it again, and I will rededicate my life to preserving your wondrous creation. I'm going now. But as a gesture of goodwill and in the hopes that I can demonstrate my prostration, he fishes into his bags. Ding. He pulls out a small bell. No bigger than, out of character, a golf ball. Or a chestnut.
Amalia is immediately taken by the shiny bell-like object.
Okay, I'm giving it. My mother gave this to me. So you know it's near and dear to me. I'm making a sacrifice as a show of faith. Here. It's special.
Unless anyone else argues, Amalia will take the spell.
Ring.
And immediately starts playing with the set.
And she would notice that it's shaped like an upturned four-leaf clover whose clapper is actually a delicate flower.
This is pretty. What does it do?
It's a good luck charm. And he walks away.
Oh. Ding. Ding.
Rings.
Interspersed for probably until it's taken off. She's probably just going to be playing with that bell. Okay.
Does anybody wish to do anything else in this moment? Whilst she's playing with the bell?
Well, I would say to Scotinios, are you a child? of Nelia?
Well, aren't we all from the Vale? No, at one point maybe, but no, I'm one of Farrak's. But
Maybe perhaps we should make our own little gesture of goodwill for breaking the goddess's curse. Goddesses don't take too lightly to breaking their curses.
My thoughts were on this too.
I think perhaps little dedication in her honor.
And at this point, how far have we travelled? How long have we been travelling? Are we getting close to the kind of the point where we're going to be?
Yeah. You're. So you have maybe 2 more hours before, especially in the forest, it'll get too dark to travel.
Well, if we want to stop for tonight, I could probably whip up something. I guess it's a good enough spot as any. Let's set up camp. Do me a favour, would you like just back a bit? I've not tried this before.
Oh, yes, certainly.
And I'll pull the sprig that I took from the Satyr Emissary from Melodies. I'll kind of look at it for a moment and just grip it. And I step forward and I kind of warp it slightly so it's almost like shaped like a key. And I step forward and then put it into an invisible lock and turn. And as I turn, I will upcast to 7th level, Golder's Tower.
You've seen something similar to this once before. When Daxos had an actual magical item that allowed him to cast Magnificent Mansion. Except where his key found purchase in something invisible, vanishing, turning, and then it shimmered into existence. As Skotinos does this, the ground, like roots and vines, erupt out of the ground and rise to meet the Spriggan to form a lock. And as he turns it, like sort of veins seeping out, like other roots and vines begin to form out of that lock and lash, and different logs and trees begin to be plucked out of the ground, and in but a moment, he grows a
5-story
treehouse of sorts that almost it feels like, you know, those people who will like grow like a tree in the shape of a chair and stuff like that. It feels like the most elaborate version of that you've ever seen.
And on the outskirts of it, there will be the symbol to Nelia kind of prominently on the front of where you would imagine one of the windows would have once been, or could have been, but instead it's just continued bark and tree. And I'll say, while we stay in her lands overnight, we do it knowing that we are under her watch. Come in. There's a bathtub and a sauna and everything.
Is there a bar?
So I've got 5 floors to play with here. So each of the floors are a 10 by 10 squares. It's not huge, hence why I've had to upcast. And I have to play with here. Where is the breakdown? Ground floor will be a lounge with couches, armchairs, side tables, and footstools. 1 step up to the first floor, first floor is a washroom with toilets, wash tubs, a magical brazier, and sauna benches. The floor above that is a study with desks, books, bookshelves, parchment, ink, and ink pens. And then each floor above that will be a bedroom with a bed, chairs, chests, and magical fireplace. So there'll be some there's like 3 proper bedrooms, and then there's space in the on the ground floor with the lounge as well.
All right.
Oh.
This is a most outstanding construction.
Well, this is the first time I've tried it. I had a bit of help from my patron in working this one out.
No, I like it very much. I do like the nature versus practicality elements of it. I'm very intrigued by the design elements of it. And basically, Lesros waffles on for 25 minutes in architectural bliss of describing this building to you as an architect would.
Some of it goes in.
Xanthia's already inside.
Yeah,
She's already
yeah.
in the
I'm just
sauna.
kind of like waiting by the door, ready to like, oh, shall we get? Yeah, it's good.
You pan to Botch, and he's just staring at you, and there's like that little bit of white noise there. And you then see in his eye him just standing up, walking over to you, putting both of his hands on either side of your jaw and ripping open your mouth. Before you pan back to him, just looking at you, and then you see a small, just staring at you. Very The Boys-esque.
There's a study for you, Lesros, if need be.
Most excellent.
And then bedrooms 3 up there. I'll crash down the sofa down here.
I'll be very happy in the study for the evening. You please take the bedrooms.
All right. And as you all get acclimatized, and so
I will
go ahead,
say,
Scotty.
as we're going into it, I just kind of say it. So, I know this isn't kind of like Bithynia's bubble. It is just a tad. There's nothing special about it. So, like, we may want to have at least someone kind of keeping watch. I mean, you do have like you can like look out the windows, so we can have kind of like someone peering, but it's not got anything special about it. So we probably need to keep someone like on watch. Sorry.
Oh, Ginless can be on watch. Ginless, do the watcher thing. It's a building. You get to stand on it and watch stuff.
And like you see her, or is it her or him?
It.
It. You see it practice a few poses. And it like
That one.
flies up.
That one. That's it.
And it
That's
sort of gets a vision. But as you all settle in to have a night's rest, we're going to go to break. We will reconvene here at 9:45 or in 15 minutes from now. Empty what needs to be empty, refill needs to be refilled. Grab yourself a delicious snack, and we will be back shortly. Thank you so much. We are DC30. Let's come back, and we are back.
Are we missing someone?
No, Ali's there. He's just... Oh, he's not visible.
Hello, can you hear
I
me?
can
you
see
hear me?
him.
He's
Yeah, I
visible
can
on
see him.
stream.
I can see him. That's not who I was referring to. It's our guest star.
I can see Zach.
Oh, I've lost
Yeah.
him. All right, fine. It was me again. Bear with me.
I'm here.
Video Ninja is, like, it picks the best times to be a prick.
Yeah, I also had to like reconnect 2 or 3 times earlier because I just couldn't see. Usually Romeo, but
Romeo's got a delay for me.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, I
Yep,
don't
sorry,
know why I have
just
a
lost
delay.
him. Yeah, I
like,
just lost him for some reason. So
I don't know why I have a delay. The internet's just being garbage tonight. I don't know why. Zach, have you had any trouble with the internet at home these past week or so?
I don't use the home Wi-Fi. I have my own mobile Wi-Fi thing, which I bring with me. So
That explains it. I might need to invest in a
I
better
do.
router, but this is the first time it's been
basi-
this severe.
I basically have my own stuff, and I've learnt my lesson. If you're streaming, hardwire. Just hardwire.
Oh, I agree,
Just
except I either have to have the router in my room or Because the wiring in this building is so rubbish that it's actually slower than Wi-Fi. But I got a Wi-Fi 6 card for not a small expense, and I might get a gaming Wi-Fi router when I have the money to basically, rather than hardwire, just throw money at the problem.
Just hard Ethernet cable it in. It's just easier. Click it in. Get a long Ethernet cable. Click it in when you're streaming. It just takes the headache out.
All right, but we come back. Now, did anybody wish to have done anything in that evening?
Lesros is admiring the construction of the building.
Very good.
Aside from eat and drink, no.
You do hear a knock on the study at one point in the evening, Lestros.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, do come in.
You open the door, and the Leonin, Amalia, in her full plate... Oh, she's dressed down her plate armor at this point. She steps in.
It's like a little hatch, so because it's a 4x4, there's basically a little trapdoor and stairs that kind of runs the whole way through, so it's a little bit closer. Yeah, I wish it was larger, but it's quite narrow. So it like pops up through there.
She says, Mr. Les Ross?
Yes. Amalia, isn't it?
Yes. It's nice to meet you. Properly,
Nice to
I
meet you too.
didn't speak much earlier.
It's okay. I'm not one for being verbose to everyone.
That means talk, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Yay. I don't know how to ask this, but, see, we used to, go on adventures with someone called Bithynia, and she was smart, like you. And,
Oh, thank you.
when, I'm not very smart, and, like, she was the smart one, and she did the smart things in the group. The rest of us can't do that. But whenever we would find things, she would be able to do, like, a thing, and, then, she could learn about them.
Oh, you mean like cast a identify spell or something like that?
That's the one. Yeah. I was wondering if, you knew how to do that.
Well, I don't currently today, because I do have it in my spell book, but I haven't learnt it for today. Because usually I only use that when I'm in the study and I'm out adventuring. I could have a look at it and see if I could use my vast knowledge of arcana and magical items to see if I recognize it from my history knowledge. Would that be acceptable?
Okay. As a side point, Lesros, if you wanted, I don't believe casting it as a ritual requires you to have it prepared.
Okay, I can cast it as a ritual then, yeah.
If you want to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll cast it as a ritual then. Yeah, if I can I'll cast it as a
Spend 10 minutes sort of examining it. And all of a sudden, Amalia watches Lesros's eyes flare like a sort of grey-white. And so it is known as a lucky bell. You can look. You might have to refresh your character sheet on D&D Beyond, but you should be able to look that up on D&D Beyond. If not, I can send you a screenshot of the item card. Is it showing up?
hang on, I'm just...
It's okay, I can drop you the item card on Instagram if that works.
it's a Griffon Saddlebag item.
Okay, cool, you found it.
That's okay, I got it.
Cool.
Oh, excellent. This is a... Yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful item. So, when you ring the bell normally, the flower silently pats side to side of the bell. But when you issue its command phrase and ring it, it emits a sound like an invigorating jig that's audible out to a range of about 60 feet, something like that. And then 4 friendly creatures of your choice, Amelia, who can hear the bell, gain a little smidgen of luck. A smidgen of luck. There we go. So basically, for the next 10 minutes, when you roll a 1 on a d20 for an attack roll, ability check, saving throw, you can re-roll it, but you must use the new dice because luck is a fickle beast.
Ooh. And
But you can only use it once a day.
That makes sense. I had this
But
really nice axe that I could only use once a day, and that was really nice.
Yes. So once a day, say the command word. I'm assuming the command word's in the bell somewhere. And he has looked. Does he find the command word in the bell?
Make an investigation check.
19 on the die for a 25.
Yeah, it's not so much on the underside of the bell as it's along the sort of the bar that leads to the thing. It's like trying to read the serial number on like a pair of Beats headphones or something like that. You're like, okay, Amalia, write this down. B-A. Like you spend that for a minute because you have to squint. But the command phrase is Tihi.
Tihi.
T-Y-C-H-I.
T-Y-C-H-I.
Tihi, which is out of character the Greek word for luck.
Ah. And so he says this to Amelia, but he writes it down for her and says, "Don't say it out loud, because then otherwise the magic happens. So only say it when you want the magic to happen, and sound the bell."
Okay. What if I'm not holding the bell? Because I feel like I might need to practice this.
Yes, as long as you don't ring the bell afterwards, the magic doesn't.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Oh, I did it. It's Amalia, not Amelia. Sorry to correct you. I'm.
No. Correct away, Amalia. I apologize.
Okay. Thank you, Lesros. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. My pleasure indeed.
Have a good
It's
night.
Nice to meet you, Amelia.
Nice to meet you too.
Sorry. Bye.
And
Good night.
she excuses herself. Morning comes.
Sure.
You can all take a long rest. And
Huzzah.
be on your merry way.
Oh.
It's going to be about half a day's journey before your destination. Last opportunity. Does anybody wish to do anything during that time?
No, well, I suppose I write. Oh, actually, I can't anymore. I haven't got the thing. Have you got? Can I borrow? Oh no. In fact, I go up to the study that Lesros was in. I'll grab a spare piece of parchment and a pen, and I'll write. And then kind of like affix to the door. This abode is welcome for anyone to use, but it will disperse. Approximately 2 hours before sundown, and then sign it, and then I'll just put it on the door. That was it.
Very good. And so you all begin your march.
Lesros sort of hands the lead to the map to Scatenios, and sort of ambles back to Batios in the back of the back of the line. Batios. May I ask you a question?
You can certainly try.
Excellent. I was admiring your great stone axe. Where did you acquire it from? And he thinks about it for a second and says, "I mean, where did you get it?"
Oh, yeah. So this was forged for me by great Acronian smith when I got my centurionship before I was exiled. So very long time ago. I've had this axe for 20 years.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry about your exile.
I'm terribly sorry about your face.
Well, that's true. My face is not particularly the most handsome one, is it?
I mean, I know I'm not one to talk, but damn, dude, what's with the red hair? Why not just, go black, go blue like your eyes, or just go grey?
There's nothing wrong with red hair, Barkios. This one.
Yeah, we've already got one red-headed prick in our party. We don't need two.
That's the spirit. Oh.
Excellent. Yes, I do know your aversion to the red hair. Is that perhaps, were you bullied as a child by a red-haired person?
Acronians know no word for bullied because a fish has no word for water. Acronians, like Spartans, are ritualistically bullied to the point where they can pretty much take anything.
I know, but he's just wanted to ask anyway.
I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to answer that question. I just don't. What's bullying?
Okay, so what I mean is, do you not? Why is the reason you don't like redheads?
Oh, I just think no. I like redheads just fine. Scotty pulls the look off. I just think you look like a bit of a prick.
Oh, so it's just me.
Yes, it's just you.
Oh, well, now I understand.
Exactly.
Do you have aversion to my red hair, or my Goliath status, or the fact that I don't beat things up with fisticuffs?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, a little bit of column C.
Oh, you seem to be much smarter than you let on.
What? No, I'm not.
I mean, less mannered than you would think, but much smarter. In a sort of Neanderthalic, brutish kind of way.
He leans down and says, "You might think that. I couldn't possibly comment."
Excellent. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll be friends soon. And he pats you on the back with one of his hands. And
He looks down at where you touched him and looks at you and says, "Put your hand on me again, and I promise you will not get it back."
Manners, Barkios.
Sorry, Xanthia. Verily, sir, put your handeth on me againeth, and I promiseth you will not get it backeth.
It's a strange communication dialect. Must be from the Icorians. Anyway, very good. No worries. I won't touch you again. I might have to wash for a week if I do anyway. And he walks off.
Cracks his knuckles. But let's you leave his 5-foot radius without having an attack of opportunity.
Very well.
I think that would be a fun fight.
It would be a fun fight.
I'll fucking go anytime. Zach, let's go.
Don't be so quick with the words. Don't be so quick with...
I learned about a new fun D&D game the other day. It's called Downsies. So 2 characters go at each other until they go downsies, and then the cleric or the paladin has to bring them back up so they don't die.
Nice.
Make a sarcasm check with advantage tomorrow.
I really saw that online.
All right. You press on with somewhat high tensions. As the forest gets darker and thicker, until you see it, or you see one for the first time. A tree, except just the stump. Perfectly sawn. Like in a lumberyard. This is the first thing you've seen like it since you got here. And Scotty, this is the first time you've seen anything. Like, this is the first time you've seen a sawn tree stump in the entirety of the Scholar Vale. Your whole life.
Yeah. Even not being as of the Vale as others would be, the hairs on the back of his neck, hair, everywhere go up a little bit. And he just eyeballs it, not really sure what to say or think, other than.
But you keep walking and you see another. And another. And soon enough, the sky does actually give way, despite the darkness. For there are not enough trees to blot out the light in this spot. A section, maybe 6 or 7 acres wide, which is a tiny amount, relatively speaking. Is cleared. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. Okay, so the Accord allows for an area of like 6 or 7 acres. The actual amount that's been cleared is much less than that. You see, many trees still stand, although some have been cut down. And it's not before long that you see the wooden posts that form the sort of ringed wall defense of a lumber mill, as in like an encampment. Many sawn logs lie on the ground around it. Some lashed together via rope. Others in the process of being filed down into planks. And you see and that's what you see. What are you guys doing?
Feels a bit weird.
Would I be able to look at this and, with my knowledge of the wilds, think, okay, I've seen something similar to this before.
What, a lumber mill? Like a logging encampment?
Oh, sorry, no, sorry. I thought this was okay, no, sorry. Then ignore me. I do apologize. Then yeah, I would have seen a lumber mill before.
Yeah, logging encampment. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool. You stand about 200 feet away from it.
Is there anyone else visible
Do I
at all?
sense any...
Sorry.
Go ahead, Zach.
Go for it. Oh, I was just going to say, do I sense any of the foul magic, the evocation and necromancy?
Are you casting anything to try and detect or trace magic?
I'm gonna cast. Detect magic. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I should have clarified. When I said you detected magic in that little spiel at the start, it would have been through those kinds of means.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You what's the range on it?
Oh god. Usually it's 30 feet, I think. 30 feet.
Very faint traces at first, but the closer you get, the stronger it is. Like a faint scent in the air.
Divine sense.
Are you doing this in the logging encampment or just from the outside?
Just from the outside.
From where you're standing about 200 feet away, you don't sense anything.
Okay.
Does anybody do anything?
I don't don't really like the vibes of this, so maybe we should prepare for, I don't know, something bad happening soon, potentially. And Xanthia casts Aid on Scotinos, our new friend Lesros, and also on Hilera. So you get 5 temp HP. I think no. Your the target's hit point maximum and current hit points increase by 5 for the duration, which is the next 8 hours.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can't see, or there's no sign of anyone else. Like, this is basically an abandoned.
Make a perception check.
$18.
You don't see anybody else. Again, you're still about 200 feet away. You just sort of see the walls and the...
Ginless, take an aerial overview, please, for us.
Are you letting it do its own thing, or are you going remote control mode?
I'm going to go remote control mode.
Okay. You go into Ginless's eyes, and you flutter over the top of the wall. And
what do we see?
When you get a chance to get a proper, like, as it perches on the edge of the, on like one of the logs that's forming this. Is it called palisade? No, it's not. Like that, when like they make a wall out of like tree trunks that have been planted in the ground. But he basically, it perches on one of those and gets a proper look. Many of the huts that have been crafted are sundered in many places. Wood splintered, torn. Except it's interesting. At the buildings, which were sort of made out of like from carpentry. In some places they look destroyed. In other places it looks like new life has sprouted, like new branches have sprouted from the trees. From the planks of wood. It's weird. A section of earth that's been like kicked up and sort of like torn up. There are signs of a struggle, but weird signs because of the aforementioned.
Any signs of life?
Make a perception check using we'll call it a +3. I don't know if you had a stat block for the gargoyle, but we'll call it a +3.
Yeah, that's good. No, that's fine. So that's 11 + 3, that's 14.
No sign of life.
So I bring Ginless back and report to the rest of the party what he is, what I have seen through his eyes. I think we should descend carefully and cautiously and investigate the village a little bit more closely.
How many people would you have expected to be here?
12.
Okay. 12 people to find.
Cautiously, people. I think cautiously is the watchword. Spread out. Don't walk in a line. Let's use intelligence tactics. Let us be like the great warriors of the past and use flow like water around the logs to the palisade.
I think we've lost Romeo.
Have you?
Oh, sorry, yeah, you're frozen on our screens on
you're frozen as if you're like ready to like start a
fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
An abstract battle.
hold on.
Cool. Lesros, can I ask what's your passive perception?
Like passive perception.
How about
Yes,
now?
please.
Passive
No, you're still
perception
frozen.
is 12.
12. Okay. I've attempted to, as you're saying this, I've attempted to sneak up behind you, and I'm going to put my mouth right next to your ear as you say this and go, sure. So I've snuck up behind you without you hopefully noticing me, because I've rolled a stealth check of 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sneak up behind him, and you say sure right in his ear.
Sure.
Okay. As a reaction,
Okay.
he will telekinetically shove you back 5 feet.
Okay.
So
What
make
would I have to say?
A strength saving throw, please.
Strength saving throw. Okay, I'm good at them.
DC strength saving. Yeah, I know. But that's what. It's his reaction. It's what he would do.
That's a
Exactly.
26.
You pass. You don't look back, but he turns and shoves you, trying to shove you back mentally.
Puny Goliath. And then I shoulder, I just around my shoulders and slowly start creeping down the slope, making all efforts to be stealthy.
Okie dokie. Sorry, 1 second.
And as you walk away, Lesros sighs despondently and goes, another idiot who thinks muscles win every fight.
Are you saying that under your breath, or are you saying that openly?
Oh yeah, no, under his breath.
Oh, okay.
Not just
Yeah.
to himself.
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough.
So what does my video look like now?
A big pause button.
Connect.
Okay.
And very blurry.
Am I visible now?
No, you look like, we're looking at you through a shower curtain.
Oh, good, because...
Actually, I've got connected device running camo.
Like, tonight was just the holy
can't hear you,
trinity
Morse, either.
of fuck Romeo over.
That's because I muted myself. My bad.
Ah, there you go.
I was saying I could kind of see his blurred figure moving behind
Yeah.
the pause button.
Yeah, it was very titillating.
Any visibility at all now?
No, connect to a device running camo.
We.
See.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop virtual camera.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, camo's not... Oh, my God. See, it's showing like it's recording on my camera. But... Oh, my God. Okay, fuck this noise. Yeah, I literally can't... Oh, my God. Okay, Control, Alt, Delete. Okay, might have to, Let me just end task, just so it's thorough. Hey,
There we
fuck
go.
me.
You're good.
Sideways. Okay, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm so sorry, Zach. Okay,
Perfectly a normally thing to do.
so, what did we miss? So, what did I miss? Can't hear you, Morse.
Just the heightening of tension between.
Oh, yeah, right.
PvP banter.
Okay, I saw the telekinetic shot. Okay, so you're in this camp, and you still see the signs of struggle. But honestly, it's further compounded. As you walk past, you see a axe handle that is snapped in one place. But at, like, near the butt of it, has, like, a few shoots of a sapling.
Oh. Okay. Just music. Hey, there's Roth. You've read things. You're familiar with books. What is there any tale that would be the equivalent of the forest fighting back that spring to mind?
Yes, there are some tales of the forest fighting back, but usually it's guided by some kind of either one of the gods, or alternatively, usually a druid of some description of power has aided the forest in fighting back, or there are such creatures that are plant-like in their development, which they're almost like have intelligence as plants, and they have fought back. So yes, there are very many instances of the forest fighting back, if it were.
Hilira, do you still do that whole talking to plants thing?
Sure do.
Why don't you try talking to that axe?
Okay, what do you want me to ask?
Why it's there? That sounds weird. But you get it though. Like the axe shouldn't have grown like that unless that was like very old. In fact, I just don't understand how that would even happen. But maybe it would know what's happened or why it's there. I don't know. Maybe I might be just. I might be. No, it might not be a good idea. It just is weird.
I
and
think
certainly.
that's a very good idea. Absolutely.
Very well.
Okay. Hold on, let me pull up the item. Oh yeah, okay, 3 charges. Also let me look up the spell. Sleep plant. Sorry, this is not my character, so
That's okay. Oh, we're not going to go terribly much longer, so we can hand wave for the moment and deal with it after the fact. Hilira releases the incantation, and the branches on the axe tweak ever so slightly. You know the spell is connected, or she knows the spell is connected. What does she say?
hi. Do you have a name?
No, I don't.
Do you want a name?
Sure.
Guys, anyone have any suggestions for a name?
Name?
Yeah,
Han.
for the axe.
Han.
Shaft.
Axel.
I like that.
Axel. That's
How do you feel
pretty.
about Axel? Cool. Hi, Axel. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to
I'm
meet
Hilera.
you.
So how long have you been here?
I think maybe 7 days, maybe a little bit more, hard to tell. I wasn't here for very long. I don't think I've been alive very long.
Oh, okay. Have you been anywhere else before?
No,
you came here?
at one point just was, and I was here. Right here.
Okay. Okay. By the way, can the others hear the responses of the plant, or do you have to relay everything?
You have to relay.
You should have to
Okay.
relay.
Yeah, Hilera just relays everything up to this point.
Also, has anything interesting happened while it's been there, or?
Oh yeah. Did you see anything or hear anything or perceive it with your plant he senses while you've been here? What was it like being born here?
It was okay.
Have you made any friends?
I didn't see anything really. I kind of just was here and everything was like this. I did hear some banging coming from that hut. That was not very long ago, maybe a couple of nights.
Okay. Did you see any non-plant creatures really in the area?
No, I was just here. I was alive and things were like this, exactly like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, so she relays everything again.
To this point, you hear like a dull thud coming from a nearby hut.
Oh, is that the sound that you heard?
Let me just find the voice again.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's definitely the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the sound.
Okay. Do we see what direction? Do we see? Do I see a voice? Do I?
hear
Do we?
it.
Yeah. Which do we get a direction?
Yeah.
Is it towards the mill itself? I'm guessing, like deeper in.
Yeah. It's a hut that's about 50 feet away from you guys. It looks pretty sundered. Like something's definitely though banging against the door, like a dull, like a. Doof, doof.
That sounds like something wants to get out of there.
Is there like an obvious like blockage on the front of the door?
Just looks closed.
I will cast...
This house is partially collapsed at sort of the rear end, and there are also more things growing out of it in that sort of similar dichotomous way. But
how far away is it?
50 feet.
Okay. I will cast telekinesis.
Okay.
And just as I kind of I can't I do it because you know I've cast something, and I just kind of like sit and stare, and I will telekinetically reach and try and open the door.
Make a telekinetic strength check. Like make it like a telekinetic check to.
Yep. Let me see. I know there are stats for that somewhere. Here we go. My spell casting ability. So that is just a +4 then, I think, unless there's anything else attached to it. Nope. Okay, so flat roll +4. Ooh, not great. 5, 6. That is a 7. I think.
Fortunately, the wood is pretty rotted. And it's the lock has been severely weakened, and with the baseline strength that telekinesis has, you tear the wood splinters, and the door just falls through. You hear a subtly first, and sort of stumbling out, a zombie. Definitely Goliath, or it was once. It rears up, looks towards all of you, and as it turns, you see a myriad of like almost like beanstalk type, or those vines that'll wrap around things. Those kinds of parasitic plants that grow on top of trees and like snake up like vines, sort of like reaching up the side of the face and like going into the eye and one into the mouth.
We got a plant zombie. We got a plant zombie.
And its eyes
everyone.
are green. And as it takes its first step towards you guys, shambling almost pathetically, Another step. As it sort of pathetically begins to advance towards you, this horrendous, unusual sight that you don't know what to make of. We're gonna end tonight's session there.
Oh.
Nice.
I always thought the plants and zombies were mortal enemies. I've never seen them join forces like this.
Listen, I made a legendary weapon that married water and fire. I sure as shit am gonna I'm nothing if not someone who breaks convention. All right.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much to everybody who stuck with us despite tonight being a bit of a bumpy ride. We do apologize. Oh, I do apologize to my players and to the audience for that. I'm going to do some investigating this week. Try to get to the bottom of that and have it a bit more shored up for next session. And I will do my best to have Violet present next session, whether it means getting her to do it for, like, play the game from here, or, like, buying her parents' new Wi-Fi router. I'll see about it, but I think I still see this as an absolute win for Bruce Banner, but I think we still had a good session. I do appreciate everybody in the audience, and I do appreciate my players. And speaking of my players, Zach, we have a little tradition here that everyone who is generous enough to grace me with their time is obviously free at the end of the session to give themselves a cheeky shout-out in any way they see fit. Is there anything you would like to tell the audience about yourself in terms of where they can find you, anything you'd like to promote? Take it away.
Oh gosh. Yes, well, if you want to follow me on my Instagram account, it's at ZACHFB, ZachFB, basically, because I'm an egotist and I need my name on my handle. But otherwise, I'm doing Lesros's voice for some reason. I've just gone into Lesros for the rest of the evening. Method acting.
I do that
otherwise, I am a professional games master. I run a few campaigns for a company called Rolldark, as well as work for other people as well. Doing professional GMing. So you can always find me doing that. And occasionally I torture French students. But apart from that, that's me.
I will push back on that slightly. I would feel like I would be remiss if I did not also mention that Zach has... I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth here and that you don't have the VODs up, but Zach is a fantastic also cooking streamer on occasion. If they can find your VODs online, I believe it was called the Suited Chef.
The Suited Chef, yeah. You can still find it on Facebook. Facebook is still there, and we're bringing them over to YouTube, and they're restarting them probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, at the end of the year, if we can get them back up online again.
I had the pleasure of being one of the cameramen for one episode where Zach did a couple recipes from the D&D official cookbook. We made bouillabaisse, I believe. Oh, sorry, You made a bouillabaisse, or like a chowder. It was like a seafood soup.
We did a chowder, and we also did these amazing cheese toasties, which were just spectacular.
Okay, he's underselling it. They were brioche buns that were stuffed with mascarpone.
Ooh. Oh, shut up.
Nice.
Oh. I think I just got a food-based boner.
They were like 3 million calories a piece, but it was so worth it.
Love it.
They were so good.
But yeah, going in the clockwise order, Ali, would you like to tell these fine folks about yourself?
Sure. I'm not egotistical, so my Instagram handle is @AngelUndies. You can find me on there for lots of cosplay and 3D printing stuff. I do lots of commissions. I'm going to be doing Morse here, a yellow Stups Power Rangers helmet, because why not? So yeah, hit me up on there if you want anything made. Minis, cosplay props, guns, weapons, armor, you name it, I can make it.
Amazing.
Cannot wait.
Tamara, take it away.
Hi, you can find me on Instagram at itsmar_enated, and on all other social media platforms it's just mar_enated. Yeah, what can I say? I don't know. I don't have like a theme what I post. It's just chaos. It's fun.
Who has a theme anymore?
It's true.
I use my unthemed Instagram way more than I use my themed one, like in the show's official one. Sorry about that, everyone, by the way, who follows me on there. I will try and endeavor to post more. Morse, what would you like to talk about? I know
Oh,
you
well, as I
love
was
to
saying,
change it up.
I don't. Yes, I do. I don't have social media. I don't understand what it all is. So no handles to follow. But as always, I do like to remind everyone that what makes our games our amazing games is not only the standard rules and rule bases, but all that custom content that all those third-party content creators makes. That Lucky Bell was indeed, as was correctly flagged by Zach there, a edition from Griffon Saddlebag. We've had various things from Benevolent Evil's DndUnleashed. So the best way to support communities like ours is to find those third-party content creators. If you see something you like, give them a couple of dollars, pounds, whatever your currency of choice. It makes the game a much better place. That's all from me.
Delightful. And I will fill in for our absentees. You can find Virla at virla.louise on Instagram, and also about once a month over on Bridges and Brigands, which is every third Sunday of the month. Bridges and Brigands on Twitch, as well as every Saturday at Roll Positive Gaming on Twitch, where she plays Alethea, a paladin, I believe. Violet is Violet_Riddle on Instagram for all her cosplay content. And me, as always, you can find me on my cosplay content at Electrum_cosplay on Instagram, and the show's official socials as DC30 official on all platforms. And as always, if you like this content and you want to see more of this content, you feel free to join our Discord. I don't have the bot running up at the moment, so I will send a fresh link in the Discord chat. Let me just pull that up now. But yeah, the official Discord is where, I post all sorts of, it's the full Theros experience. I post resources in terms of like the tokens I produce in order to bring on, in order to be part of the game. The Phoenix token that the players fought is up there, so is the Dragon Turtle. Tips and tricks on how to flavor your campaign for an ancient Greek setting. All that and more, including chatting with the cast, is available on the official Discord. Copy link. Paste. There's a giz in the chat. But as always, thank you so much to the wonderful audience we have this evening. We feel the love, know that you are loved, and we wish you all a wonderful evening. We are DC30.